Do you love the world of espionage, spies, assassins, secret organizations? Where the secrets are being exchanged in hotel rooms, secret places, with using all these gadgets, you can see on the movies, on TVs. Well, the world of espionage, it's not like that at all. How do I know this? Well, I used to be working in military and diplomatic security intelligence, and I was a part of those services and agencies. So what you see on TV, it's not real, but what is real, it's today's episode. Before I dig deep into this episode and you understand how you can become accidental spy, or even worse, you become informant, this episode actually can save your life, can save your reputation, can save you money, can save you a lot of things. But most importantly, you will recognize that somebody will try to recruit you because of your fancy resume on LinkedIn. It goes without saying that we are all being driven by the two external elements. One, it's called the trends, and one, desires. Trends we can see all around us on TV, on social media. You open in the morning, your phone is calling you, click on me, see who like your post, who doesn't like your post, what your ex-girlfriend she does, your wife, and list goes on. And then you have a desires. Desires being created by all these fake gurus and coaches who told you just close your eyes and all your dream is gonna come true because they know how that should be done. When you put the knife between those two elements, trends and desires, you have the world of espionage. The world of espionage is gonna offer you satisfaction or your trends or your desires. And today's episode, it is about the invisible battle for your mind, your data, and above all, your decision making. And today I want you to take a note that whatever you put out there on social media or you are looking on social media, somebody equally looks at you. Once upon a time when I was living in analog world, espionage was much more sophisticated, much more cautious. Today, it's sort of distant world, but as well equally can reach you. So what if I told you that one of the most sophisticated espionage operations in modern history, not happening inside embassies, not in dark hotel rooms, not in Beijing or Washington, but on LinkedIn. Moreover, on your phone right now. And this very moment, you can become personal interest. Somebody will spot your resume. Somebody will spot your qualifications, your credibility, your authority, because you love to portray yourself. You need to follow the trends after all. You need to go on LinkedIn because somebody told you, your coach, your guru, just to name a few of them. They told you you can do it. You have access to people, you have access to the informations. So your LinkedIn speaks for you. And what if I told you that China quietly, patiently, methodically has turned the world's biggest professional network into most efficient human intelligence recruitment machine ever built? That's correct. Chinese turned LinkedIn in recruitment machine. Today, your job, your title, your ambitions, your frustrations, your network, your insecurities are more valuable to foreign intelligence than any James Bond briefcase ever was. And most people don't see it coming. But that will help you to understand that world. I want you to understand that you could become informant for foreign countries. But first and foremost, let me welcome you, all of you risk takers and truth seekers. Welcome back to Life the Battlefield, the podcast where we talk about realities behind the headlines, the methods, the manipulation, the psychology, and the modus operandi behind what shapes our world, where we don't just expose scams, we decode deception. For those who don't know me, my name is Bekes. I'm a Guinness World Record holder for the longest audio broadcast. I survived 1,800 consecutive combat days in war, and my background spans, as I mentioned, military security intelligence, diplomatic intelligence, and decades of high-level investigations and interrogations. As well, I'm the best-selling author, and everything I share with you comes from experience, not theory. Fact, guys, not opinions. And this episode today is not about conspiracy. Every time when I open my episode, I want you to understand it's a fact, not opinion. I'm not giving advice to nobody based on opinions. If you like to have opinions, you can ask your local coach, business coach, life coach, NLP coach, and list goes on. But this episode is not about conspiracy. It's about confirmed intelligence warnings from MI5, from Five Eyes partners, from investigations by the Guardian, BBC, Sydney Morning Herald, CNN, and the New York Times. And this episode is about exposing how China weaponized LinkedIn into recruit, influence, and extract information tens of thousands of Western professionals. We all love to be seen, to be heard, and be known. LinkedIn becomes the platform. Now it's a mixture between the Tinder, between the Facebook, Instagram, and professional network. You will agree with me, because the first thing when anybody checks about your background, professional background, goes on LinkedIn. Let me check who they know, what they do, how truthful their statements they are, how truthful their resumes they are. But LinkedIn as well now encompassing, my mom doesn't love me, my wife and I travel in a Bali, my kids graduated. All those informations stays forever on web, not just LinkedIn, on web. And somebody, somewhere in China, maybe some other agency, seeing things, putting puzzles together, and you become the person of interest. By the end of this episode, you'll know how the operation works, why it's dangerous, and how it affects business and politics. And most importantly, how to protect yourself. So guys, let's start with operations. Espionage is older than politics, older than governments, older than diplomacy. Warlords and kings used spies to find out what rivals were planning. The famous guy called Sun Tzu, Chinese general, wrote about espionage this quote: "The end aim of spying is knowledge. Knowledge was power. Knowledge still is power." But here what's changed. In my days, to recruit someone, you need to meet them in person, observe them, study them, build the trust, test their motivations, risk exposure. But today, you can do all that from a laptop sitting in Shanghai office tower. That's correct. LinkedIn has become most powerful open source intelligence tool that world has ever seen. I want you to picture this. Whatever you put on internet, you truly believe that you are growing your audience, you're growing your credibility, your authority. But something about you or something what you do, it's becoming point of interest to some other government. Maybe that's your work. Maybe you belong to the Department of Defense. Maybe you are the ex-pilot. Maybe you are researcher on a rocket jets propulsion engines. Who knows what? Just to name the few guys. Or maybe you're somebody who help as well to sport people and athletes become the top one. So they want your knowledge. They want your modus operandi. They want your blueprints. They want your ideas. They want your connections. That's how things work. Remember, trends and desires. For those two things to come true, delicious in your life, you need a what? You need a cash. And intelligence agencies are very well equipped with a cash. Not with the millions, because you're not going to get the millions. You're going to get something. You're going to get a taste of something. In late 2025, MI5 issued an extraordinary alert to British members of parliaments, political advisors, civil servants, academics, and business leaders. They warned that over 20,000, try to grasp this number, 20,000 of UK professionals had been targeted by Chinese intelligence actors on LinkedIn. Not 2,000, not 12,000, not 200, 20,000 UK professionals. Think about that number. 20,000 individuals. They're not spies, they're not diplomats, not generals. Mid-career professionals, analysts, consultants, academics, tech workers, energy specialists, people who hold context, not secrets. But what most people forget, context is intelligence gold. The Guardian confirmed, BBC, CNN, New York Times, they all confirmed. This wasn't a rumor. This was coordinated nation-state operation. 20,000 people. Here is how recruitment uses to work in real life. You observe someone for weeks. You understand their personality. You learn their vulnerabilities. You slowly build trust. Social engineering. Now, China does the same process in 6 digital steps. Step number 1. Build a perfect fake profile. A fake recruiter, a fake think tank analyst, a fake policy researcher, website, logo, email, signatures. And guess what? It's all AI generated. We live in a world where AI is taking over so rapidly that sometimes we don't know what the real or fake it is. What's the AI created or what's really created behind the desk. Step number 2. Identify targets using LinkedIn own tools. That's what you got. You go on LinkedIn and using the LinkedIn tools. That's what it is. Ambitious mid-career professionals, people seeking recognition, those who feel overlooked, those who publish a lot. That's all psychological data. Step number 3. Make contact always flattering. We love your expertise. You're exactly the kind of professional we need. Ego activated. Tick. Step number 4. Groom slowly. Weeks between messages. Casual, harmless questions. Normalization. Step number 5. Now we come to your trends and your desires. The paid assignment. They usually give a small request, a short analysis, a policy summary, and money creates dependency. Step number 6 is very dangerous. They escalate. Do you know who influenced these decisions? Could you share next non-public document for context? Can you offer insight into the next month policy shift? That's correct, guys. That's how things are works. They escalate. You get the taste of the money. You get a taste of importance. Your ego is so happy. That's how we done in the past. That's how the intelligence works. That's HUMINT works, human intelligence. It's a digital. And at scale, it's devastatingly effective. Every time when you think that you get a lot for nothing, you should be alerted. It's a red flag, guys. Nobody gives you something for nothing. Question is, why China execute this better than anyone? To understand China's success, we must understand structure. The West separates business, academia, military, intelligence, and government. China does not. China runs a vertical integrated intelligence doctrine. National intelligence laws bind businesses, citizens, and institutions to participate in intelligence collection when requested. I want you to understand what on West we know about Russia, about China, and all these communist countries. It's an evil regime, is bad, people are unhappy, even Iran. But you need to understand something what money cannot buy, and that is a national identity. Chinese are very proud on what they are, who they are, their history, and list goes on. That's the reason why Chinese, put all together, citizens, businesses, institutions, they're all being somehow, somewhere being asked to participate in intelligence collection. What that means, big companies have real infrastructure behind them. Recruiters work in teams for years. Think tanks are fronts for consistent branding. Operation run quietly for decades, not a year. And this is not improvisation. This is a strategy. They apply, they learn, because Chinese are like a student. China sits at the back of the class, passes all the exams, all essays with the top marks. They're sitting at the back, they're learning. You, me, my mistakes, my successes, their downfalls. They are the student. They're learning. The West made ourselves vulnerable because we put our careers online. We put our achievements online. We put our frustrations online. We publicize promotions, job changes, ambitions, and the digital world rewards visibility, but punishes naivety. Many professionals feel under-recognized, so when someone, even stranger, offers validation, they respond. Human psychology has not changed, only the environment has. Emphasis should be on a training that focuses on phishing emails instead of social engineering. That's what they do. Most of the corporations are still working on phishing emails. I mean, guys, sit back and think about this. If you protect your emails, how are you protecting your people who go from home to work to home, going to the gym? I can make a separate episode about social engineering. Perhaps I should, yes. Because you can't protect the people. They need to protect themselves. But how they can do this? They need to be trained to recognize the social engineering traits. We protect systems, but we forget to protect people. And guess what? China knows this. Espionage has not vanished. It has evolved. It has modernized. It has become quieter, cleaner, and closer. The battlefield is not far away. It's not overseas. It is not behind diplomatic walls. It is on your screens, your messages, your digital behavior, your ambition. And the question is not, am I important enough to be targeted? The real question is, what part of your knowledge is useful to someone else, even without you realizing? The answer? More than you think. Stay vigilant, stay disciplined, and remember, life is the battlefield, and every battlefield has spies. LinkedIn is a proof for that. Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe, share, like, and comment.